The name of this next horse is Hoofhearted, but listen to the call.
Hoofhearted on the extreme outside. Colorado Co-Ed, Toast a Dozen on the inside. Questers Jet. Hoofhearted! Hoofhearted on the outside, it's close! Hoofhearted in the winner's circle.
¡Claro que sí! ¡Ay, ja, ja! ¡Sí, señor!
What is up, pod people? I am Doc, and this is another episode of Hoofhearted. And with me, as always, is the Mexalorian. Mex, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
Good. Are you laughing at the dogs?
Yeah, they're just going ham.
Fucking with their toys? Yeah, I know. I'm sure it'll pick it up. Maybe it will. I don't know. It's been pretty good, except for when he lays the dog lays right next to me and then
Snores.
decides to snore. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been good. It's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. It's fine. They're good.
Especially after what I thought that green one was earlier.
Yeah, it's not a dildo. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where your mind's at, but I guess that's where it's at.
Yeah, man, you just threw it like across the room, and I was like, oh, jeez, you hiding something? Like, what the hell? And I just see a green thing fly across. I was like, all right, Doc. All right.
Yeah, we unfortunately left our dildos out.
I had too much fun and then just fell asleep.
Yep, that's right. Definitely. Yeah, for the dogs to play with.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a chew toy for the dogs.
Multi-use, multi-purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when we're done with it, we just let the dogs play.
Multi-pass.
Yeah.
Multi-pass.
Yeah. Anyways,
Man, I love that movie.
yeah, I don't like Mila Jovovich.
I don't care. I don't care about her. I just like the movie.
Yeah, and I don't like Chris Tucker either.
Really?
Yeah, nah, he's annoying. He was annoying in that movie, especially.
Yeah. No.
The other ones, not so much. I mean, like, he was funny in Friday, and Rush Hour, he was okay.
Rush Hour's great.
Yeah.
Really hope there's gonna be another one.
I don't know. I kind of liked the Old West Rush Hour more.
What was Shanghai?
Yeah, it's Shanghai.
But that was with
yeah, I know. It was with Owen
Owen
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a totally different movie, but the same kind of premise.
I fucking loved it too. I loved both of them.
My favorite part in that movie was when he's like, "I don't know karate, but I know crazy." that was
The minutes is it, but I always used to watch that one, and because it was Shanghai Noon and then Shanghai Nights, or the other way around. It's
I think
something like
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
something like that. But I would fucking watch those two almost religiously when they came out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Jackie Chan a lot, and then Owen Wilson was pretty funny, so it was a good sell.
Yeah.
But Rush Hour was still great for me too.
Yeah.
And I actually recently rewatched all of them with my girlfriend, and
Has she seen him before?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then so it wasn't like too new age for her, because especially the younger generation, when they see those movies, they're gonna be a little like, this is racist.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker's the whole time is just blatantly saying Asian jokes to Jackie Chan, and Jackie Chan's just like, yeah, let's go. And then my favorite one still is the one that gets like brought up the most, because the meme, but he's like where Chris Tucker's been like, I've been studying martial arts or Buddhism for the last 3 years. I am now part Chinese. And then Jackie Chan's like, if you're Chinese, I'm black. I'm your brother. And I love that part. But I love the whole fucking series. I do wish the rumor of the next one's true. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember
I heard about that.
talking about it in the movie episode, but has been any news on that?
Yeah, didn't we see like a mock-up of a poster or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a few of those going around. It's just wishful thinking.
Yeah. No, you can't go wrong with Jackie Chan, at least back in the day. I don't know about now, Because I mean, he's super old, dude.
Yeah, no, he's super old.
Yeah, he's not gonna be jumping up walls and shit anymore.
The last one he was in was, I think, pretty good though. It was like one where he was a government agent or something, and then they went against him, right? I don't remember. I want to look it up real quick.
Yeah,
But,
I have no idea. I haven't.
It wasn't, from what I remember, it was like he was retired, so like they had to do like the light stuff anyways.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like a whole lot. But let me see real quick.
The last Jackie Chan movie I saw, I think, was like The Last Rush Hour, or fuck, I don't know. I don't remember.
And then I kind of want to watch the Karate Kid with him.
Oh, he's in that?
The
Are you talking about the one with
Jaden Smith?
Oh god, yeah, it wasn't good.
Because is he even supposed to be? Yeah, because he's not supposed to be like Miyagi, so it's just like another Karate Kid.
I think he is Miyagi.
No, it said because there's a thing right here that says Rush Hour 4 though.
Oh, okay, well, whatever, maybe.
Oh man, that's be awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, I doubt he does all his own stunts.
Jackie
now.
Chan finds a friend in Mr. Han. Jackie Chan. So I don't think he's supposed to be Mr. Miyagi. He's supposed to be the character that obviously.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch it because we were watching the Cobra Kai series and we just caught up to the next season, and my hope is that because they've used like every old actor from all the previous movies to come back if they're alive, obviously, because the actor from Miyagi's passed away.
Yeah.
And a few other ones have passed away during filming, so they either had like good hurrah episodes, like one of them, a bunch of Johnny's high school friends went on a bike ride and just like toured the area they're in, like when they were kids or whatever, when they were younger. And like I think like the next episode, like one of the guys is, or not the next episode, but in that episode he ends up passing away.
Okay.
So it's like in memory of him.
Oh, okay.
So it's just shit like that. It's fucking.
I had to watch that.
And
I
then
watched like, the first couple when it was on like YouTube Red. I watched like a couple of like I think the first 3 episodes.
When it got picked up by Netflix, I let it build because they were taking forever, like they are with this last season. But what I'm hoping is they actually bring in fucking Jackie Chan or Jaden Smith. I'd be fine with that too, just to tie it all in together.
Yeah. I've seen that Karate Kid with Jaden Smith.
See, I never watched it, and it wasn't because Jaden Smith. It was because I thought it was a reboot. I thought it was like they're redoing it. I was like, no.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't like reboots. That's why I'm always saying, like, if you're gonna tell a new story, just make it new. Don't take a whole story and like. And I've only heard bad things about Little Mermaid so far, but I don't know if I've said a lot on here. But
hold on a second.
What is it about?
What'd you say that the movie was? The Foreigner?
Yeah, The Foreigner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a businessman that was like in the army or some shit.
Okay.
Like that.
All right. Yeah. No, I watched. The only reason why I watched The Karate Kid was because it came with my PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
So like I got a PlayStation 3 and it came with like Uncharted and then it came with Karate Kid. So
little extra for, for your entertainment pleasures.
Yeah. So I think I still have it. It's like on Blu-ray, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it wasn't a good movie. But speaking of movies, I actually did watch a movie recently.
Well, hang on, because I don't know if we're gonna edit that, but I said something about Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, I don't think they should ever just change stuff just to change stuff to fit more or less the narrative, and just to say that everyone fits in. I think you should just be telling some like a new story, a fresh story. And
I get that, yeah.
You know, like I don't see the point in every time of saying like, okay, change Superman into a black guy as Kal-El from Clark Kent to just being a black man when there's black Superman characters already. There's,
I feel you. Okay.
Like I think there's Val-El. I don't know their names, but I know there's already, you know, those characters. So it's just like use that character, tell that character story. Why are you gonna just switch it up?
And they had
Doesn't seem
Steel.
right.
They had Steel. Remember Steel?
Yeah, you're right. The classic
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking dude. Warner Brothers is fucking shit up right now. That'd be great if we get Shaquille O'Neal as Steel in the Flash movie.
Oh my god.
That'd be fucking hilarious. Just throw something else in the mix where it's like, all right, guys, we have a crazy idea.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hold up.
We have a new sound tech.
Fucking animals, dude. I swear to God, it's like I'm in a goddamn fucking zoo.
I thought when you
I
had
was
it.
seriously gonna eat her across the fucking room, dude. I really was. But she was like caught on shit. Oh my god.
I saw your arm like above the arm. I saw the whole process of me thinking. You're just like, it's gonna break.
Yeah, I was cocking back. I was ready to throw her through the fucking door, dude. Oh my god. This is why we need a studio. This is why we need a goddamn studio. Yeah, and then like, okay, so when we do finally have a place to record, like a set place to record, we're gonna record on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like we got to do that. Like, I mean, I know that you work weekends and everything, but I mean, I'm off, and then this doesn't take us that long. A couple hours max, and we're good.
Yeah,
because I can't fucking deal with these animals anymore, man. I'm so over it. Yeah. Anyways, I did see a movie, and I agree with you as far as all that goes. What are you laughing about?
Just watching her get like, dude, she was ready to soar. She was like,
You so wish that I threw her across the room.
It would have been great, but I'm pretty sure she was on your headphones, on the mic.
Yeah, man, she would have like there would have
Caught the mic stand and took it with her.
Would have been a disaster. Yeah, no, and then also too, like I kind of felt bad. Like I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I mean cats land.
I know they land, but I don't want to be that dude that's like throwing animals around.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, even whether I'm recording or not, and people hear, I don't. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, and I know some people know who this cat is. Some people who listen, and I'm sure they'll figure it out. But, anyways, I did see a movie. I saw Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
and I saw a cam, so I'm like, I want to see this fucking movie.
Uh-huh.
I know it'd be so much better to see it like, in the proper way, so it'll look nice, whatever. I really was disappointed at how unfunny it was, because it really wasn't funny.
True.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw. I kind of felt almost like, it wasn't like that funny, but I was more invested in like thinking this is the start of an expansive thing,
A universe.
Yeah. So I wasn't really thinking like, oh, this is gonna be fucking hilarious with all a bunch of jokes. I just thought like, okay, they're gonna put something out here that's gonna build something bigger.
It is the universe, but the only thing is though is like I don't want Nintendo to just stick with animation for all of their movies. You know what I mean? Like I can understand for some of them, but I mean like Metroid would be fucking dope if it was live action.
Yeah.
Same thing with Zelda, right? Like those would be good live action.
I think for live action, we should go for the Nintendo route at least. Netflix, because I think those epics would be better as series.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
The movie thing is especially for like Mario. I'd like to keep it like the animated. Just
it works.
It works, and there's a lot more you could do. Like, I mean, Donkey Kong, and then Flaming Donkey Kong. Yeah, that was fucking dope. So, and like when we have gotten a live action Mario, what did we get? Yeah,
a Latin American as an Italian, and then a British guy playing an Italian
in like a super like futuristic dystopian world.
Yeah, and then it was I didn't watch it. I just seen the previews. It's not worth watching.
No, it's not worth watching at all. I watched it when I was younger.
I know a lot of people watch it now, and there's like it's like a so bad that it's good type of thing.
No.
But Nah, I'm not gonna watch it. But this
if
one,
you-
like without spoilers, this one, anybody who's listening, if you haven't seen it, it was good, and they did a great job.
Peaches.
Yeah, peaches. Yeah, they did a really good job of paying like there was a lot of little Easter eggs, right? Like in the movie of things like in the history of Mario. So like in the very beginning, they had one guy. They're like, you don't think that they ask like, you don't think the accents are too much? And then the guy is like, I think they're great, and that was a callback to like Jumpman, the original Mario from the
I was gonna
Donkey
say
Kong
because
games.
I figured that was probably like an older actor or something, wasn't that?
That was actually the voice of Mario in the games.
Yeah.
Charles Martinet. He was
So-
doing that voice. But so they did that. Also, Charles Martinet also played Mario's dad, Mario and Luigi's dad.
Oh, okay.
The thing, like, I know a lot of people complained about Chris Pratt's voice, right? Like,
I really liked it.
I liked it too, because the thing was is they wanted to get away from the way he sounds in the video game.
Yeah.
They wanted to flesh him out as a real character, right? Because Mario doesn't say anything other than woohoo and let's go.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he says.
And
So he doesn't say much. So give him. How are you going to have that through a whole movie? They got to make him have depth of character.
yeah.
So what I liked that they did was I liked that they had a commercial in the beginning, and it was for their plumbing service, and then afterwards they're like, okay, were the accents too much? So they did the whole accent in the very beginning, but then gave you a reason as to why it was okay that they were talking normal.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really good. It was a decent movie. It was entertaining. Yeah. And I do look forward to more. It'll be cool. So, but movies is not the topic that we're
Yeah.
gonna
I was
talk
about to
today.
say since more than likely the movie universe will be based on, because it seemed like some type of different dimension that they walked in. Let's get
Yeah.
on the real subject of
Yeah, we can
of,
segue.
different dimensions.
Yeah.
and
Mario-
the likes of.
Yeah, because Mario goes down a pipe and then goes into a whole nother world, different dimension. Yes, and that's what we're going to talk about today is dimensions. And I don't know much about it. I guess everything is all like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't read like a lot of theories that people have.
Mhm.
So I guess like most of what I know, or most of what I think about as far as like dimensions go, is based off of just things that I've heard like other people talk about and other like movies and shit. Because I mean, what you've got the multiverse from like Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and then the multiverse in Flash.
Uh-huh.
It's just different like dimensions. What do you know about it?
Well, from like videos and shit, I usually am seeing. I hear a lot of like almost like the Mandela effect type of thing going on.
Well, explain what the Mandela effect is.
Mandela effect is when like not just you or like me and you, but when an overwhelming amount of people would have this kind of feeling that something or memory of something occurring. The big thing for it being named the Mandela effect is being because Mandela, they thought he had passed away.
Yeah, Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela had passed away, and when he was, I don't know how they discovered it, but like he was doing a speech or something, and people were like, didn't he die? Wasn't there a big ceremony or something?
Yeah.
And so similar things are like what the Bearstein Bears and TV shows are like one being Fruit of the Loom logos, where people remember the cornucopia or something when it's not there, or the other way around. I don't even know if I used the
So
right word.
basically, just like people have a strong memory, and it's a large group of people that have a strong memory of something.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on, they find out that that's not the case.
Yeah. What's that other one with the the movie, the comedian.
Oh, you're talking about Sinbad? Yeah, because we were talking about Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
That
Shaquille
Sinbad
O'Neal was in a genie movie.
Yeah, and it was Kazam.
Yeah, and people were saying that they did that, but with Sinbad years
Yeah,
ago.
and it was called Shazam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a different. Yeah,
And supposedly it never came, or it was never out. But there's videos of people that they have the cassette tape or whatever, and they play it, and they could fast forward through the whole movie. And then there's other people that say like, no, that was just a skit, and they did it on like Saturday Night Live or something like that. But then that could just be to go along with like maybe he did the movie, but he didn't. No one wanted it out there or something. Who the fuck knows? But and then what? There's other videos of different dimensional shifts when people die. So that could be a Mandela effect type of thing.
I think like when it comes to the Mandela effect, I think that our memory is bad.
Yeah.
And then also too, like, okay, so if you've seen Sinbad, like his stand-up, his pants look like genie pants. Okay. So people probably automatically assume that he would play a role as a genie. Yeah. Because he looks like. So I think like that it's
MC Hammer.
Yeah, I think that it's just our memories are bad. And then especially nowadays when it comes to like media and stuff like that, we're bombarded with so many images that everything gets like flipped and twisted. And, so like the Mandela effect, I don't really, me personally, I don't think that is something that is real. I don't think that is proof of a different dimension. I feel that it's proof that our memory is bad and eyewitness accounts are terrible and they should not be admitted in court. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Just in case somebody sees me doing shit. Because like one time at work, for eyewitness accounts, one time at work, I had somebody was doing credit card fraud. Oh. This is when I delivered pizzas years ago, and I had delivered to the guy, right? And he had signed whatever. And then the cops came and like, did he look like this? Do he look like this? I'm like, I don't fucking remember. Mm-hmm. It was like, all I remember was he was Hispanic, bald head, and he had like a little pencil mustache. That was it. Right. So, but I mean, like other little facial, I'm like, I can't pick them out, so yeah. Eyewitness accounts. No, fuck that. And Mandela effect. I don't think so. Yeah. But I mean, that's my opinion. Do you think that it's something that's real?
Not really, because there's just some that just don't make sense. Because it's just like, dude, sometimes companies change logos. Sometimes companies just change their name. Yeah. Or change the spelling of their name. So it's like shit like that happens. The Mandela one, when a lot of people are thinking that he died. That one's a little more strange, where it's like, all right. And like I was about to say, there was another TikTok that said, just to go on videos, but there's another video that said, there, up until it's your actual time to die, if you're about to die, there might be dimensional shifts. Oh, okay. And the one time that I really felt like that was fucking weird. I was driving down, going home. I'm just driving down the straight street, and turning, because on the other side, they could turn left into the area that I'm going kind of towards. This dude's going fucking fast and turns pretty quick, but my truck was bigger, and I don't know if I was going fast enough or whatnot, but I swear all I saw was a flashing light. Mm-hmm. And when that light was gone, that car had crashed into the car behind me. Really? Yeah. Okay. And I didn't stop because I was like, what the fuck? And I swear I just saw like a light like that, and they were in a crash. And it was just so fast, and like I said, I didn't even stop. My dad was like, why the fuck you didn't stop? Like, yeah, okay, you could have helped them. I was like, I was in shock. Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah. I don't blame you. And he was even like, well, because I told him, I was like, I just saw a flashing light, and then they were behind me in a wreck. And he told me it was something protecting me or whatever. Yeah. But like I just said, like, it could have been, it's not my time, so I entered in a different dimension where I'm still alive.
Yeah, I got you.
where that car was a little slower and hit someone else
Yeah.
or something. And then I don't know. There's times like where I kind of feel like, because I don't feel like a lot of people, but when we drove together driving pizza, you could attest to no one's fucking safe at driving. No one's really good at driving all that well, especially here.
Yeah.
And there was a few times where I want to say that kind of happened again. And there was one, I'm going down almost the same thing, but instead it's like a cross where an intersection. And I pass and I just feel this shaking. Like I thought it was an earthquake.
Yeah.
And I turn around and again there's a car like crashed right behind me.
Shit, dude.
Yeah. So I was just like, what the fuck? So like I said, I don't know for sure if dimension hopping or something like that is real, but that one, especially like the intersection one, it shook like an earthquake for me.
Yeah.
And there was no reason, because when I turned around again, I was pretty far away. I wasn't like super close to see, but I don't know why I felt it like that strongly. It was very fucking strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was just like one of the videos that I was seeing. It's just, if it's not your time, you could dimension hop.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting, and it kind of makes a little bit of sense when it's on the Nelson Mandela thing. Maybe he died in one dimension, and a lot of other people or died at the same time, or like died a little bit later and hopped in his dimension afterwards. The new one that he hopped in, something like that.
I just think that like
you said, first hand accounts or whatnot, like they're not always reliable. Dude, I work security, but the fucking cameras are shit. So even if you have good, unless it's an iPhone or like a GoPro or something like that, that's very like in your hand, it's not gonna be like good. Like there's a meme where it's like iPhone and it's like crystal clear, like you get stars, planets and shit. Security camera and it's all fuzzy with just one guy.
Except for when you're taking your iPhone and you're trying to record a UFO.
Yeah,
like then or
EMP devices on their things to destroy it,
or Bigfoot. So
does he.
Yeah. So then that way you can't actually get a good picture of it.
The Chewbacca little harness thing, but those little metal things are really like I said, the EMP emitters.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Electromagnetic pulse. Got it. Okay. Hey, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get the dogs in.
Okay. Oh, I could grab them for you.
Okay.
Go ahead. Forgot where we left off on that part.
Oh yeah.
But another thing for me personally, I noticed it's either there's someone living in my house fucking with me, or like shit just shifts in and out into my or our dimension.
So like what, like you lose something, right?
Yeah.
And then it ends up appearing.
God, I swear on everything that is holy. I was gonna say unholy. But everything that's holy. Dude, I collect Digimon cards.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a set that I had put aside. And I swear I put it in I got a bigger deck case for the ones that I'm not putting in, actual decks. And like that I want to hold on to and keep aside.
Yeah.
I put it in that case. I put it on my desk. And later when I'm looking for the cards, I pick that case up. They're not fucking in there. They're not in there. And I'm going mad. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I just wanting to look at them. It's not a big deal. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to put there's this case back on my desk. And I'll look for the cards later. Come back home from the gym. They're in the case. They're in the fucking case.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
And I got so fucking frustrated. Nugget's like, I just wanted a hug.
He's probably trying to hump her.
Yeah.
Fucking dogs, like chill the fuck out. Like calm down.
But
okay, all right.
Yeah, I got frustrated because I was like, what? I swear on everything, dude. I picked up that case and it felt empty. It was empty inside. And I put it on that.
Did you open the case?
I opened it.
Okay.
I opened it. I looked inside, looked around it. It's just a fucking square. You know, there's
and none of those.
and I'm not a magician.
Were there cards in the case before at all, or was it completely empty? The case was
Before I left for the gym.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Completely empty. Oh, okay.
There's nothing, not even the little divider. When I got back home, the divider, the little fucking thing, and the cards were all in there. Oh,
that's wild, man. I mean, you know, I don't know.
Like I said, unless there's someone squatting in my house too and just jumping out the fuck with me.
Watch, it's just your mom. She's fucking with you.
Yeah, I need to go because I set up a GoPro after that. I set up my GoPro the next day and I put my case just right there. And I was like, if fucking anyone's in there, but then it died, so I just forgot to fucking even check it. So, but
you end up coming home. You're like, I'm gonna check my GoPro, and then you come home and the GoPro's missing. You're like, motherfucker.
Exactly, dude. That's what I was thinking. So
yeah,
watch, it's gonna be gone. Everything that I had on there is gonna be gone when I find it next time too.
And then it comes back. You're like, what? I'm gonna check the footage, and then you look on it. All it is just some like random dude dancing in a banana suit. You're like, this is gay.
It's you.
yeah. I'm like, look at me.
But no, you haven't had anything like that happen to you? Because
no,
even when I was like a kid, dude, I had shit like that. I would go to my cousins and leave. I would think I lost a toy, and it'd be at my house.
No, I mean, I'm sure it's happened, but I think I want that stuff to happen so badly. Like, I want weird stuff to happen so badly that it just doesn't. Like, they're like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know? Because, I mean, like, I believe in some crazy ass shit, but I mean, like, okay, so my stepdaughter, like, all weekend, she's been like, I don't know where my lid is to my whatever, her water bottle, right? I don't know where the lid is. And then she was all pissed off and walking around and huffing and puffing. And then she's like, did you find it? Did you put it on the counter? I'm like, no. I'm like, I know your mom didn't either.
Yeah.
Nobody did. She just ended up finding it on the counter.
Yeah.
Like, it was on the counter. So it's like, yeah, like the same thing. And that happened this morning, you know? So I'm like, to me, my thought is like, it was just in a place that nobody was paying attention. Like, it just blended in, so we had no idea. But she happened to like look directly at it accidentally, and then she found it, you know. But I mean, that's, you know, I try to think logically for that kind of stuff. But I do think that, yeah, man, things can fuck with you, and I do think that like there probably is, like, because we talked about astral projection last week.
Yeah,
and I think that is a form of like dimension hopping, right? Like, I think that you can go between the dimensions, and basically like a dimension is nothing but like, I don't know. I think that because like the multiverse and dimensions and all that stuff, I think that it's all the same thing, where basically there's layers to our worlds, right? Like, so there's Earth, and then there's Earth, and then there's Earth, but they're all different, like little variations happening on each one of these like planes of existence, right? Almost as if you, well, like, okay, so when somebody codes like for a video game, they have to code all the variables, right? Like all the things that could possibly happen. So then that way they can be prepared. So, but everybody's play experience is going to be different, right?
Yeah.
So like when we play Skyrim, right? Like I play Skyrim, you play Skyrim. Your experience is different than mine. Same world, same character, or even a different character, but the experience will be.
My bad. I just thought. Because last night I saw a video of Skyrim, and this guy he's like sniping with a bow and arrow, and it goes into that mode where it's like panning straight into you, and it goes to the guy that or the dragon or giant that you're looking at, and then right before you like kill it, right? But it starts flying away, so he's like, "Wait, what? No, don't!" And it just hits a rabbit so far away, and it's just like, "Wow, dude! Like, damn."
Yeah. But like I was saying, the experience is different, right? So same code, same everything, but the experience is different. So I feel like that's kind of what different dimensions are, or multiverse is. But I feel like when you when you talk about dimensions, I feel like it's also
Almost.
it's also like
Frequencies?
no, because dimensions can also be like different planes of existence. So there's like you've got those layers of Earth or all the planets or whatever. Like in some dimension, Mars is the one that's like, alive, right? And then Earth would be desolate.
Okay.
So I think that, but in between those layers is like a different is a different dimension, right? And I think that that's where like the astral plane is, right? So where you
Astral
can
plane is in the dimension between dimensions.
yeah, it's like it's the space between, right? Like
Yeah.
so if you look at like a layered cake, you've got the cake, but in between you've got the frosting. So that's what that is. Like the astral plane would be like the layer of frosting in between the realms. So I think that that's what dimensions can be. So like dimensional travel would mean that you're not just going between the multiple universes that we have, right? Or I don't know the right word, but so like it would be going through like the astral plane. It'd be going through different just different realms completely. I think that that's what dimensional travel would be like. But again, like I said, I haven't done enough. I haven't done research on it at all. Nor am I, knowledgeable in science and shit like that. So I mean, everything that I would say or think is based off of somebody else's theories or thoughts, and then I just kind of construct my own opinion, and then also it's like
But that's
I don't have a full understanding of like physics. I don't have a full understanding of the universe, and
but that's
nobody
those guys'
does.
like thoughts and the philosophers we watch or read today are only learning from the ones of the past and their experiences now. So you're just doing what they're doing. They're just recognized because, well, more or less like they're actually putting their shit out there, but also they have, the background or
Yeah, they got science
time.
backgrounds, or
Yeah.
they understand physics or whatever. I mean, like Neil deGrasse Tyson would say some kind
oh yeah, gatekeeping.
of yeah, but he would say
gaslighter. Okay.
yeah,
okay.
he would say some shit about like different.
I don't want to go on like the politician ones.
What?
I meant more like the cat's about to fall. It's gonna be funny.
That would be funny, but it's not gonna happen.
Dang it. The more like literally the politician ones are just like I see them as just gatekeepers and people that gaslight others.
Yeah,
because
for
even
sure.
Bill Nye used to just be like, yeah, there's only boy and girl, but now he's like gender's on a spectrum. So
Well, I mean,
I don't know,
okay,
man.
but the thing is, and this is what bothers me with science, and I don't want to get too deep into all this, but I mean, science to me, like this is what I've always told my kids: science is an educated guess,
Mhm.
right? And I mean, you can prove certain things, but as time goes on, you find out that things, with more knowledge, you find out that you were wrong, right? But the problem is that every time something happens, every time a scientist says this is it, like everybody wants to fucking believe it, and then they end up saying that you're wrong for still questioning it.
Mhm.
When that shouldn't be how science is. Like as soon as you see some kind of like scientific discovery, like it should be everybody should just be like, okay, I'm gonna test it out, or I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if this is true or not. And then even if it happened 10 out of 10 times, there's still that 10th that one time that it didn't happen, and it's like, okay, well maybe
Maybe that's just a different dimension, man.
yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm kind of rambling on.
No, that was kind of my fault. I was thinking like, damn, I got us off topic.
Yeah.
But now you were saying stuff about coding and everything, and I was trying to think like that was another thing is frequency.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and well, like how people say good vibes and shit like that.
yeah,
Um, I don't know. I've kind of been experienced like especially more or less like the universe you put in, you get back and stuff like that. So when I've been feeling more or less better about stuff going on around me, things like it seems like the universe is putting more good shit out there for me too.
yeah.
You know, like or like when I'm down, like that's what's calling me is coming to me too is the down shit. And so that's what I was gonna say with like frequency. If you're vibing on a higher frequency, you're probably getting higher rewards
Yeah.
or in a dimensional space, even if maybe how you were saying like different planes of existence. What if it's more like something like that
Do you,
where those planes vibrate on a higher or lower frequency, and when your
oh,
emotional
I see what you're
spectrum
saying.
is on those or fit those frequencies, that's just like the type of realm that you'll end up popping in.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
so you think that it's possible, like depending on basically our mood,
Well,
that
check
we
out
can,
people that meditate.
yeah, that you think that we can go through like different, like we can like phase through different like dimensions and shit.
Just about almost, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of not like in a literal sense where like I'm gonna be gone in like 5 minutes just because like I'm feeling better, but like more of like that positivity, that positive realm is flowing through you a lot more. That everything around you just feels a little more positive. So like that positive realm comes out of you, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's also I guess how I feel on like our perspective. So like I guess if you're just feeling better, you're gonna notice a lot more better things, more nicer,
Yeah.
about the
No.
world and whatnot. If you're
That's
feeling if you're
yeah.
feeling like shit, you're gonna see a lot more shittier things going on around you.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah. So it could just be like that is what I'm trying to explain, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
But I mean,
but
like you think about okay, so, but what about people who are like narcissistic, right? So
they live in
they're
their
putting,
whole own fucking world,
yeah,
man.
they're putting out like shit ass energy,
That's
but
why.
but
That's
the
why.
thing is, those people, they're so like fucking full of themselves that for them that's positive, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, how's that kind of work? Like I mean,
Sorry.
no worries.
I was just gonna say, look at the world that we're in. Like, if maybe our actual dimension that we're in is the middle ground of everything, and because everyone is here, with like that attitude, the whole narcissism, and yeah, like we worked in customer service for a while. We know, um, a lot of people are me, and not back in the day of was it JFK of not ask what the country
That's not what.
the country could do for me, but what I could do for the country or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Everyone's all me, government give back to me and such shit like that. When I don't know, like there's like some type of businesses giving back to people, but this dimension is a very selfish thing. So that's why maybe it is the middle ground of everything. And
So do you think that we go through like different dimensions like on the daily kind of a thing?
like I said, not like in a physical type of thing,
A
just
mental.
mental and spiritual, like the astral projection.
So do you think that like a dimension then like dementia?
Dimension.
Uh,
I guess
do you think that it's more like a
I'm kind of just
state of mind, or do you
thinking,
think?
yeah, more of like an emotional state of mind. Like
Oh, okay.
like your mind could put you in a whole different realm. Your mind's a very powerful thing. I'm not necessarily speaking on the multiverse right now.
Okay, all right.
Back when I was saying like when you die, like you dimension hop, like yeah, that could be like a multiverse. Um, but like right now, I'm thinking like dimensions could be on frequencies, and then how like if we're astral projecting and our frequency is already really high, maybe when we wake up the next day, like our world around us is just so enlightened because every part of our being is higher frequency, higher state of mind, so you only see the good.
See, I don't think that we could physically go.
Yeah,
If
no.
dimensions are real, right? If there are multiple dimensions and if there are like different like realms or whatever, I don't think that it would be possible for us to physically go there.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what I'm
that it
saying.
would have to all be mental.
Mhm.
I think our body is stuck
Yeah,
here on this existence, right?
but
And it isn't until we die or until we're either like, or unless we're like heavily like you know medicated or like in a heavy trance, like I feel like then it could be possible for us to mentally and maybe even spiritually be in another plane of existence, like astral projection, but
yeah,
our body is always here. Like I think that it would be like, because I mean, just imagine the trouble with that. Like if we physically travel to a different like dimension,
yeah. Then that's what I
then
mean. Like, 'cause
we would exist on two planes.
we'd be
And
fucking flying in the buildings,
well,
or
we'd be flying into ourselves. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Or I was about to say other people, or
yeah,
or fucking
but not
wherever
yeah.
what the dimension I go to next. What if there's a fucking just bear just chilling right next to it, or where I'm at?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's not that's not what I meant. Was like the physical, but yeah, like I think our minds being pretty powerful could just put us in a higher state of mind frequency,
Okay.
and shift our whole perspective into a more positive dimension. But like I said, it's just even just perspective, because I don't know if you're always, cause I'm not even just trying to talk shit on anyone, obviously, but like how I was um for a while was just very negative, so everything else around me just felt negative.
Okay. You know what? We've been talking about like multiple dimensions, um, and now I want to look up the definition.
We go into this shit a little half cocked sometimes. It
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah.
No, because I think the dimensions would more be like those zones where like you could end up with your spiritual power, spiritual essence or whatnot.
Okay.
Like the astral realm.
Yeah.
It'd be such like that. I don't think it's more of a physical switch, unless it's something like how I said when you might die and your consciousness just completely, like how there was like that white flash. My consciousness just went to a different uh I guess dimension at that time,
Yeah.
but not like my physical body, not my full being, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Dimension is a measure in one direction. So yeah, like one of three coordinates.
Yeah, because in that
Um,
in that sense, like when we're talking about dimensions, you could be talking about the dimension in a room.
yeah, yeah. But also let's see here. One of a group of properties whose number is necessary and sufficient. Um, number of elements in a basis. The quality of spatial extension, so magnitude, size, the town's modest dimensions and leisurely ways, whatever. A lifelike or realistic quality, the range over which or the degree to which something extends, one of the elements or factors making up a complete personality or entity. So, like the definition of dimension is just has a lot of different things, bodily form of proportions. I mean, mostly it seems to be, well, here we go. Like any of the fundamental units of mass, length, or time on which a derived unit is based. So, I mean, like, I don't know. It, to me, it, um, let's see what the definition of multiple. Let's see here. I'm just gonna read something here real quick. So when I look up dimensions, they also mention the multiverse. But see, this came out December 10th, 2014. Beyond these three visible dimensions, scientists believe that there may be many more. In fact, the theoretical framework of superstring theory posits that the universe exists in 10 different dimensions. These different aspects are what govern the universe, the fundamental forces of nature, and all the elementary particles contained within. So I think, like, and I don't know why I wasn't thinking of this before, but like, you know how we talk about like 3D movies, right? Like, so, or like 3D, like us, we are three-dimensional.
Yeah.
And then there's two-dimensional, like a 2D game would just be like, like
OG Mario.
flat, yeah, like OG Mario. And then a 3D game would be, a 3D platformer would be like,
1D is Pong.
what?
1D is Pong, or
Yeah, Pong. Yeah, I mean technically that would
1D is just a
yeah, I have no idea.
Go on the fucking screen.
Yeah, 1D in your ass. um, but like, I don't know. So I mean, we've been talking about dimensions, but I think we've been talking more or less like the multiverse, kind of thing. Because like, I don't know. Because really, I guess I don't know. Dimensions. I feel like dimensions is hard to kind of really explain and really hard to understand. At least for me. Like I think it's easier to understand like the multiverse. Like the multiverse. This is what it says. The multiverse is a hypothetical group of multiple universes. Together, these universes are presumed to comprise everything that exists, the entirety of space, time, matter, energy, information, and the physical laws and constants that describe them, the different universes within the multiverse. So, like, to me, like, that's easy. That's easier to understand, you know? Because it's like another world, like multiple worlds. It's easy to understand, but like with dimensions, I mean, they're kind of like saying, like, it almost feels as though the dimensions are like, because it says the universe exists in 10 different dimensions. These different aspects are what govern the universe. So it's almost like the laws, right? Like the laws of, like the law of gravity, or
laws of nature. So
Yeah.
every law of nature is its own dimension.
yeah, kind of. I mean, that's kind of what I gather from that. So, but it says beyond the three visible dimensions. So, like, I don't know what. Yeah, Um, what are the three dimensions though? That's the thing. I mean, this is all like some heady ass shit, dude. I feel like I wish I had my cousin on. Like he would, he would be good. He would be good on this episode. Um, so okay. So like we are immediately aware of the three dimensions that surround us on a daily basis. Those that define the length, the width, and the depth of all objects in our universe. Beyond these three visible dimensions, scientists believe that there may be many more. In fact, the theoretical framework of superstring theory posits that the universe exists in 10 different dimensions. These different aspects are what govern the universe, the fundamental forces of nature, and all the elementary particles contained within. Um, so the first dimension, as already noted, is that which gives it length, the x-axis. A good description of a one-dimensional object is a straight line that exists only in terms of length and has no other discernible qualities. Add to it a second dimension, height, the y-axis, and you get an object that becomes a two-dimensional shape. So Pong was 2D.
Bitch.
Yeah. The third dimension involves depth, and it gives all objects a sense of area and cross-section. So really, when we play a 3D game, it's actually a 2D game. It just gives us the illusion of depth, right? So that it gives us the illusion of 3D, but we are in 3D.
Yeah.
Anyways, beyond these three lie the 7 dimensions that are not immediately apparent to us, but that can still be perceived as having a direct effect on the universe and reality as we know it. What?
Well, because I was gonna say like earlier, I just forgot it because I don't know them obviously in a personal sense, but I don't know what the fuck they're doing at all. But that song from what is it, Willow Smith?
I whip my hair back and forth.
No, that one is a classic.
Okay, all right.
No, but not the cough. That's why. But she says that she left her soul in the 6th dimension.
Oh yes.
So that's what I was gonna say. And that's why I kept going. Like I don't think it's like unless you're dying, and that's why there's like the Mandela effect, and maybe it's a full circle where he eventually hopped so many times where he just came back to our dimension, whatever the hell. Okay. But I like again, it would be like a soul type thing. Like she says, she left her soul in the 6th dimension. Like there's apparently 10, but it'd be more of a soul spiritual essence thing, I would think.
Well, let's see here. Like, so scientists believe that the 4th dimension is time, which governs the properties of all known matter at any given point. Along with the 3 other dimensions, knowing an object's position in time is essential to plotting its position in the universe. So when you were talking about, you seeing that car accident behind you, right? Like, and they look like they were going to run into you. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're talking about like the dimensional slip. So like that would be that right there, dimensional slip in time. So like if time is a dimension, then you slipped through time, and just like a second, through, so you travel through time, dude. Yeah, but
fucking time traveler.
Yeah, man.
God damn.
Yeah. Get in the car, Marty. Sorry.
That was good.
Back to the Future.
Yeah,
okay, right.
I like that. That was good.
I don't know how they found me, but they found me. Run for it, Marty. Yeah. Anyways, that was my doc. Anyways, but
he was just on Star Wars.
Yeah, I heard of The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah,
he was in that. Yeah, I heard.
Him and Jack Black and Izzo.
Oh, Lizzo. Yeah. Was Jack Black like? Was he singing a song? He's like, Yoda, baby Yoda. Like, no?
No, I'm surprised. Yeah. He didn't though. Another classic on his hands up for an Oscar.
When I heard that he was in like The Mandalorian, I really thought that he was gonna be in like some scene where like he was in a cantina playing music. I was like, the
sax like making that what, the Jimmy Fallon thing or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah.
I love that thing.
But anyways, like, so there's of course a bunch of other dimensions, and I don't want to get into all of it because this is a deep subject for sure. But like the idea that time is a dimension, so it's really like a dimension is really is a form of measurement, right? So when we talk about what we've been talking about before, was we were talking about multiverse. But dimension, that's like a whole different fucking thing. So you talk in multiple dimensions, and then the idea of being able to maybe manipulate a dimension, like you can. So like say like you have clay, and clay is a 3-dimensional object, but the size of that object, say as most people would do with clay or Play-Doh, is they make the snake. Everybody makes the snake, right? But then as you change it, then you're changing its dimensions. Like, what if some of the other dimensions, like time, were actually flexible? So I don't know. I think that, I mean, some people say that time doesn't really exist, right? That's just
I was
something
gonna
made
say
up.
time's man-made though.
Yeah, I mean,
But
the
it
time
is
time
it's
is
a man-made concept.
well, yeah, like time as far as like a clock goes is man-made, but
But the actual
you can see,
passage of
yeah, because you could see time, like time, you could see the effects of time. Like you go through the redwoods, right? You go to like Yosemite, or you go wherever, or even you look at you look at a house, right? Like a house like built in the 1900s, you see the effects of time. Like, so time is real, but our definition of time is what is man made, like, right, what we what we see. But I think that, I mean, I've had times where like I've had time loss, right? I guess time loss, I don't know how it, basically. Okay, so I was taking the kids to school, right? And um I was at the light, and then I was at a point where um it should I looked at my clock, and then I got to this other point, and I looked at my clock, and like 20 minutes passed by.
yeah.
It should have only taken like 3 or 4 minutes to get from point A to point B, even with traffic being the way that it was. It should not have taken 20 minutes. I'm like, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah.
Right. Of course, nobody else is paying attention to this, right? But I think that kind of shit happens to me all the time. Like, I'll be at work, and it'll feel like I mean, well, I think we all have this. Like, it feels like an eternity has passed by, and you look at the clock, and then no time has passed by.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn, when's this over? Same thing with being at school. But I've had times where I feel like there's times where we feel like you haven't really done anything, and then you look at the clock, and then like 3 hours have gone by, and like, how the fuck did 3 hours go by? It's like, there's no way that I jerked off that long. So it's like yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe time is moldable, right? But I mean, I don't know, maybe it's because it's all about our perception.
Yeah.
So
Like, I was gonna say, especially with like school or work, we're keeping it so compressed to that 8 hours that it feels like a stretch. It feels like 16 when it's 8.
Yeah.
And when we get home or when we're done, we have, 16 hours to do whatever the fuck else we want, but most of it's sleep. But since it's so like, oh, you're free, you don't have any time crunch, it flies by like that. And you don't,
yeah.
but, and then like, if you don't really have like, I guess, plans, like they say, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
So it's just like that. It's yeah, like I didn't think you, but perspective, yeah.
Yeah. But if time is a dimension, what about some other things that you think might be a dimension? Because I was thinking that maybe then, I don't know. Like, I see that definition, and then I almost feel like that leaves room for like, what is the measurement of, or I feel like there's energy, like what you were talking about, right? So almost like soul and our consciousness. So like, maybe those are some of, I didn't, like I said, didn't read it. I'm not going to read it on the show here, but yeah, I mean, maybe energy, maybe that is a different dimension.
Like going back to Willow, the sixth dimension. What if the fifth is where you start experiencing? Because I would think the fifth is like being enlightened almost, or
Yeah.
'Cause if it's soul, if it's like the soul, the actual soul of everyone, and that's just like you tap it into it and you hit the fifth dimension, you're able to leave. You're able to astral project. So if astral projection is like the fifth dimension, and people are this crazy lady, she's leaving her soul in the sixth dimension. The hell came back? Is the sixth dimension the spirit realm, or heaven, hell,
Well,
purgatory?
yeah, no, like here, yeah, I mean, maybe because this is where I decided to read on because like it was bugging me. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are the other dimensions? So the fifth and sixth dimension are where the notion of possible worlds arise.
Uh,
If we could see on through to the fifth dimension, we would see a world slightly different from our own that would give us a means of measuring. Would give us a means of measuring the similarity and differences between our world and other possible ones. So, like a multiverse kind of a thing, right? In the sixth, we would see a plane of possible worlds where we could compare and position all the possible universes that start with the same initial conditions as this one. In theory, if you could master the fifth and sixth dimensions, you could travel back in time or go to different futures. So I don't even know. I mean, maybe she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, or maybe she knows way more, you know.
so fifth would just be the insight of the different worlds. So fifth
Yeah.
would almost be
Yeah.
full enlightenment after being in a meditation state, I guess.
Yeah.
Six is traveling to them.
Yeah, so like the fifth dimension is like you where the notion of possible worlds arise, right? So it's just the idea.
Yeah.
Right? If we could see through the fifth dimension, we would see a world slightly different than our own. And then that would give us the means of measuring, right? So in the sixth dimension,
The world's
we would
slightly
see
different.
we would see all the planes and possible worlds where we could compare and position. So yeah, it's like so I guess the fifth dimension would be you like I said, yeah, you get the notion, you get the idea, but then when you've reached that level of enlightenment, then you would get to the sixth dimension where you actually like see the possibilities in the universe. Um yeah, that's pretty this is pretty fucking deep, man. I don't know if this is
Keep going.
yeah. So in the seventh dimension, you have access to the possible worlds that start with different initials. I'm sorry, the dog is like bugging the shit out of me. Stop it. Okay, so in the seventh dimension, you have access to the possible worlds that start with different initial conditions. Whereas in the fifth and sixth dimensions, the initial conditions were the same and subsequent actions were different. Here, everything is different from the very beginning of time. The eighth dimension, again, so that was the seventh dimension. Do you understand what that was? So basically, it was now you've reached a point where you can see different worlds altogether, right? Like, yeah, whatever. Like that's like a whole nother world, but almost like, I guess you would like go into the astral plane, right? The eighth dimension again gives us a plane of such possible universe histories, each of which begins with different initial conditions and branches out indefinitely. So like, fuck, dude, that's almost like, oh, who was that guy? Who was the I think he was gonna. Who was the dude at the end of Loki?
JFK.
No, not JFK. The one dude that
And the He Who Remains guy, the guy that beat his wife.
I don't know, man. But basically, like he didn't he know?
The
I don't
black
know.
guy, right?
Yeah,
The guy he's like showing the tech off.
yeah.
Yeah, his
Did he beat his wife?
supposedly, allegedly. I want to say heavily alleged because I hope he didn't.
Yeah.
And the things that he says that he says she's lying, and I'm just like, for one, I'm sure everyone knows me already. I don't believe shit about anyone until I see, the fucking text.
Yeah.
I wasn't on anyone's side of Johnny Depp or Amber Heard until we see the fucking or heard the audio clips of I cut your fucking finger off. Like, oh, okay, all right, this bitch crazy.
I did believe though that she shit in the
This
bed.
bitch is crazy. I'd believe that. She
Yeah,
fucking
that
crazy.
without a doubt.
Now.
I was like, yeah, man, she shit in the bed.
Sometimes accidents happen, man. You don't even know.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, yeah, she definitely shit the bed.
It was probably an accident, but she took control of it.
Do you think she wiped after that?
No, too much pride.
Yeah.
And too much money. She probably had someone else do it.
Yeah. Maybe she's got a bidet.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. Let's move on. Yeah.
No, oh wait, my bad. So the Loki, just to clean that thing up. Yeah. So that guy in Loki and in like Ant-Man, his character is a Nexus being, which means in every universe, his character is always like the same. It's always gonna be there. He's there. It's done, said and done.
Okay.
He doesn't always look the same, and maybe he doesn't always have the same powers because like in Ant-Man, at the end there was 3 main ones that are like in control, and then like hundreds in a stadium below them once they were done talking. And some of them were like alien looking, some of them were the same character. They're all the same guy, but some of them, like I said, they were aliens or covered their face. There's one that's like a Doctor Doom variant because in the comics he pretended to be Doctor Doom. But yeah, so if that's what you're getting at, is it's someone that's always something that's always there, or what do you mean?
Well, I mean, no, it's just because the eighth dimension again gives us a plane of such possible universe histories, each of which begins with different initial conditions and branches out indefinitely or infinitely. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, I mean, to me, like, it's almost like a godlike status, right? Where you're like all knowing, like, you know, because it's saying here,
It's because I guess
you see all the universe and you see the history of the universe. So, and all possibilities.
It could be that dude, because what he did essentially was that one at the end of Loki, and why his title was He Who Remains is because all of them, those kings that I told you about, the 3 and then the hundreds, were all in a war, and he was the last remaining one, and so since he is the last remaining, mostly all powerful, and knows all of time, decided to take all of the multiverses and compress them into just one, and everything that doesn't fit what he deemed the sacred timeline, he was feeding to a dimensional being that would pretty much eat multiverses. It was the being at the end of the universe that just ate everything, that ate all of time or whatnot. It was something like that. I forget what the actual explanation was. I don't remember the full character, but it was pretty much just like a creature of darkness. That's what it looked like.
Okay.
And so like everything that guy was deeming not worthy of his sacred timeline. So like in Loki, if you didn't watch the full series, you saw different versions of Loki, different versions of Thor. We saw Frog Thor, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
We saw the Thanos copter. But yeah, so essentially, yeah, it could be like that. So he saw everything and ripped away the other futures that he saw to just make one sacred one.
Well, let me move on here to the ninth dimension, like
some nerd heavy shit.
Yeah, exactly. In the ninth dimension, we can compare all the possible universe histories. So not just one, but we can, so we can see multiple universes, and then we can see all the possible like histories, starting with all the different possible laws of physics and initial conditions. In the 10th and final dimension, we arrive at the point at which everything possible and imaginable is covered. Beyond this, nothing can be imagined by us lowly mortals, which makes it the natural limitation to what we can conceive in terms of dimensions. So let's see. To me, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, to me, like, I just feel like this is almost these are almost like I don't know, like, because okay, so some people believe that we are reincarnated,
Hmm.
right? And then a lot of times, like the stuff that I've heard when people believe in reincarnation is that we come back like reincarnated because we still have more to learn,
Yeah.
right? Um, and that is kind of what that sounds like to me, right? Like, so all those other measurements, all those other dimensions, all had to do with our mental. Like it was all mental. Because I mean, time makes sense, but then after that, like after you get into like the fifth and the sixth dimension, like those are all like states of mind, you know. So it almost seems to me like um that is what that's like the stuff that they're talking about with reincarnation. But I mean, I don't know what this website was, and I don't. It's called Futurism. I don't know how. Um, I mean, it says hash. It's like it's hard science is what this is. But is it hard because it's hard to understand, or hard because it's like factual? I don't think
Makes
so.
me hard. I don't
Yeah.
even know anymore.
Yeah, yeah. The fifth dimension makes me horny.
Well, I mean, 6 really got my rocks off.
Yeah, I think the fifth dimension is a band.
I
No,
thought you were gonna say I think the fifth dimension's a dude.
no, it is no. Now I gotta find out. I'm pretty sure the fifth dimension is a band. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I cannot spell. Yeah, the fifth dimension is a band. Okay, hold up.
Hold up.
Okay, so yeah, fifth dimension band. They sang Age of Aquarius, and it really feels to me like the dimension stuff is like that is yeah, like I feel like you're really having to get more into like understanding the like astrology, um understanding like not these aren't physical things, like the dimensions aren't like physical anymore, because I mean easy like before when it's height, width, length, and even well not time but height, width, and length, like you can see those, like those are tangible things, right? Like you can hold your dick and be like that's 3 inches, but you know, and, and you know, and you can end up touching that or too much actually, but and you go blind. Not true, not true. And the hair on the palms also not true.
Yeah,
But
once you shave every day, but
yeah, yeah. But but once you go past that and you get into the fourth dimension, time, then now it starts to be more of a, I mean, and that's kind of, I mean, that could kind of be tangible, I guess. Like you could hold a clock after you hold your cock. Um, but you kind of, I don't know, man. Like I feel like once you get past, I mean, the whole dimension talk is really, you have to, you have to be thinking outside the box. You can't be like really a factually minded person, because if you are, there's no proof of any of that other stuff, right? So there's no proof of multiple dimensions. Um, but I don't, you know, for me, dude, that's the way I like to think, anyways. Like I don't like to think facts. I like to live in a world of maybe, you
Yeah.
know, possibilities.
what if?
Yeah, what if? Yeah, so I think that I don't know, man. After hearing those definitions of dimensions, like what do you think? about all that?
I mean, I was gonna say I feel kind of dumb for starting it, kind of like yeah, the multiverse, but it's more or less like both. But that's what I was thinking of dimensions in the first start. That's why I remember coming into it. I wanted to bring up Willow's song.
Oh, yeah.
About it being like left her soul in the fifth or sixth dimension, whatever it was.
Yes,
Because I think it is a lot more on the soul and your mind. Because like I was saying,
Yeah.
your mind's a very powerful tool.
yeah,
If you feed it positivity, it'll give it give you, and it'll you'll get it back. Like if you're giving yourself positivity, your mind, the universe, you'll get it back. And I think it's the same as with the dimensional shift. If you're feeding, I guess, into that, but also feeding your mind in a healthy way, that it's like you're hitting meditation right. You're hitting these high frequencies, like some people say like that's like a key. Like if you're meditating with the the whole thing in the background, or whether the little bells chiming and whatnot
yeah,
too.
or the singing bowl.
It
Yeah,
helps. And then there's a few.
it's about energy and vibration, man.
Yeah.
Like we
So-
talked about. Yeah,
So and like good vibes, So
yeah,
so I think that would help. And I mean I fit on those definitions on the 5th through the 10th, because like you said, it's a mind thing.
yeah,
And the few before, it's more of the physical realm.
yeah.
So I guess the ones before that could fit the multiverse too still, but then it just
I mean,
depends on like the definition that you're going for.
Yeah,
'Cause, I still kind of fit with the whole dimensional shift.
yeah,
Like if shit happens, and maybe it's someone fucking with me through the astral realm or something, with the whole card thing. Because I swear to God, I couldn't find those that day, and then it ended up being in that case. I
yeah.
swear on everything.
yeah.
So it could have been that, where it's like someone meditating, see me like struggling, and then they found, maybe they found them somewhere else, but they were like, he said that they were in there, I'm gonna put them in there. It could just been that. But I swear they weren't in that case when I left. So it's just like, what the fuck happened that day?
Yeah.
Where did they go? Maybe physical items could shift. Maybe not living beings. Because like I said too, even as a kid, like I swear I would leave some, like a toy at my cousin's, and it ended up at my house. So
Yeah.
it's just very weird.
It's because your mom took it for you, but you know,
Probably,
yeah, but still. I mean, I don't know, man. To me, like, I do feel like
You say that, but it was very stupid things. Like they wouldn't know that I left it over there.
yeah. But I think that there's a lot of. I believe that there are so many things that we do not know about us as humans
Uh-huh.
and our world around us. And I know that it sounds stupid, but I do feel like we could possibly be like a Jedi. And I do think that we could possibly be like Neo, right? From the Matrix. I think that it's possible to get to that level. But I think that if you actually had the knowledge to do that, you wouldn't bother with this existence anymore. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't bother to live life
Well, you'd be
like this.
You'd be like Jesus. You just wander.
I think that you would be beyond him. Beyond
I just mean
figure.
not like in like a power, or I just mean like you would probably stop. You wouldn't work a 9 to 5. You would go around just creating your own miracles and
maybe
but being evil, unless you really need to fucking work or something. Like I mean, I know we do, so it's just like, yeah, I have Jesus powers, but
You
I'm
ever
gonna go to
wonder?
work real quick.
Okay, you know that, like, okay, so Jesus, like, his stepdad was a carpenter. You ever wonder, like, how good of a carpenter? Because he was trained to be a carpenter. You ever wonder, like, how good of a carpenter he was? He was probably like a shit carpenter, dude.
It's gonna say the
Right?
fences.
Yeah,
are just
and
like,
then the other thing,
306.
and then the other thing too, like he was nailed to a cross. Like the irony of a carpenter being nailed to wood, right? Like that's kind of funny. Like it's just a little funny now that I think about it. Like I just thought of that.
You know, yeah, the story of Jesus.
You think that he was like complaining? He was like, the craftsmanship of this cross is terrible.
So many splinters.
Yeah, he's like, you did not sand this down
Yeah.
whatsoever. I get it, it's supposed to be torture, but come on.
It could have looked nice.
Yeah, you could have put a nice finish on it. Put a little shelf right here. Like, I don't know.
Oh, man, I was carrying this shit down all the way across town. You guys
Coulda
had
put
me like this shit.
Could have put wheels on it. Just saying. Just saying. Wow.
Oh, the wheel wasn't invented yet? Yeah,
The wheel
it
was
probably was.
The wheel was invented. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just
God.
kidding.
I know that we said something before about Jesus. I really think that this last thing that we just said was probably the most fucked up thing. Yeah. Yeah, but anyways, like I really do think that if we got to the point where we were able to, like, you know, our mind was in those dimensions, like you got all the way to like the fucking, like by the time you got to like the 9th dimension or 8th or 9th dimension, I feel like you would be like, does that change your physical, like does that change you physically? Like, and then would you be more like Neo or Jesus or fucking a Jedi? And then I feel like then once you got to like the 10th, you know, because the way that described it, you get to the 10th dimension, it's like I know everything.
Yeah.
And then so in a way, like it's not just that you know all the possibilities.
All these homeless people hit the 10th dimension.
Man, they hit the crack pipe. That's what they're hitting. Fuck.
The crack dimension.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. But you I think that you would end up, you'd have so much knowledge of all possibilities, and then you would know how everything is done and formed and whatever, that you would be able to manipulate all things.
Mm-hmm.
And then also too, though, like I feel like you would be at the point where like you're so, you know, so much that you would be godlike, and then you either do one of two things. You either start to manipulate people just for your own entertainment, because at that point you're like, what, you know, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Or you would go on and you would become, you know, you would become God. You create your own universe. You create your own you know, planets and systems and that. I mean, fuck, man, maybe that's what we are. Maybe that's what we are supposed to be at some point in time, right? Like maybe we are reincarnated, and we are constantly going through all of these things until we reach that 10th dimension, to where we become our own God, and then we can create our own universes and then create our own, you know, life. I don't know, man. It's I don't know. I think this was not as this is way heavier than I thought that this conversation was going to be, and now my mind is like fucking all over the place. And then now it really makes me want to get back into meditating. Like I want to get back into meditating and you know, see if I can you know, reach some other plane of existence, man, some other dimension, because I know that there are some people, dude, like I mean, you think about, some people are like, let's look at like athletes, right? Like they will reach like a zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's because their focus and their concentration is so intense that they're able to almost like get to a whole different dimension, right? Like their whole, like, yeah, like they have so much control over the ball that they're throwing, or so much control over everything around them that yeah, man, I don't know, dude. I'm just like it. Honestly, it's hard to talk right now because my brain is moving faster than my mouth can possibly move.
Yeah.
And there's so many fucking things going through my head right now. It's really hard to focus right now. And I almost feel like I need a cigarette and maybe like I haven't smoked in forever, man. I feel like I need to smoke a bowl to like chill the fuck out and come back to reality because my mind is so far in the cloud. Although if I was smoking weed, honestly, dude, like the things I'd be saying would be even more far out there.
Yeah.
But at least then I feel like I could focus more. Like, because when I smoked weed, I would get like fixated on one thing. And although there was one time, okay, so the last time I smoked weed, I was at a family member's house, and their husband was going on and on about their fucking motorcycle. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like just thinking to myself, like he was saying everything. Like he was talking about he's like, yeah, so he was doing like every fucking detail, and he was high too. And he's talking about every detail. It's like, yeah, my motorcycle, it's a 350cc, and then he's all and then I got in a wreck down on 3rd Street. It was probably about, I'd say about 2 p.m. The weather was, and he was like doing every detail. And then the whole time, all I was thinking was, man, he's going on and on and on. What the fuck is he talking about? Like, I totally had no idea what he was talking about. And I'm like, okay, you have to focus. What is he talking about? And then he said motorcycle. I was like, oh, yes. He's talking about the motorcycle. Yes, motorcycle. What about the motorcycle? I'm like, I could not pay attention. And me and my wife both were high. And then like afterwards, we were like, the fuck was that story about? And she was telling me, like, she was like, what? You know? It's just so funny, man.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Usually I can focus really good. Like when I smoke, I can focus really good. Like I would eat like a bowl of Cheerios and I'd just be like, I can hear all my crunching of these Cheerios. Like I would just listen, like for like 20 minutes, I'd just hear myself chewing on Cheerios.
Yeah.
And that was all I focused on. But I feel like if I could smoke right now, I can like calm down with this whole dimension talk. Cause it's got me going, man. It's got me going. Are you done? Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, I'm good. I need a cigarette. So I think it's about time that we go ahead and play this outro music.
We did it. If you guys want to follow along with our journey, and maybe we're gonna do some dimension shifting later on. Doc's gonna go through some crises, I think.
Man, maybe.
Hoofhearted podcast on Instagram. We'll have a Twitter soon, and message us at the email too.
Oh yeah, what was the phone number? It's 379. It's 661-379 0020. Call us, leave a message, whatever. And we got
different dimensions and how Doc's doing. Make sure it's all right.
Yeah, and then Hoofhearted podcast. No, hoofheartedpod at Gmail is the email. Okay, whatever. Anyways, we gotta get the fuck out of here, dude. Yeah. All right. Later.
Peace out.